What's going on, guys? It's the Nicholas Versakis Chelsea Football Channel, and it's been a minute. It has been a minute since I recorded a video. Of course, the last video I did was the tier list, about the entire Chelsea transfers in and out last season. But a lot has happened since then. The international break has been eventful. Of course, I haven't been able to post as much because college is picking up speed. It's picking up speed. But yeah, we're back. I'm here to make a video on this Friday. Um, it's a match preview and a little bit of my of information based off of my thoughts on the owner situation, Wesley Fofana. Ugh. What else needs to happen on international break? The only good part is football is back tomorrow. Football is back tomorrow, and Chelsea look to get their second win of the league campaign. Of course, in my opinion, I think Chelsea is gonna be a better away team this season. There's a good chance that they'll be a better away team than they will be home team this season, just based off the fact that the away supporters honestly do more than the home supporters do. And I think it's much more of a toxic environment. But first things first, the whole civil war at Chelsea. What is going on? I mean, at this point, I think everybody's seen enough about this. Actually, I'm not even going to talk about it. Everybody has seen enough. Everybody's heard enough. Everybody's gotten the full spiel. In my opinion, I don't know what these guys are doing. If they knew it was going to be like this from the beginning, why did they even come together? It's ridiculous. But if I had to pick somebody to run the club, it's probably Todd. I lean toward Todd, but when I think about the certain players that Clear Lake have brought in over Todd Bowley, Cole Palmer, would Cole Palmer be here with Bowley? I don't know. Oh, Sam Shields as well, or Joe Shields. My bad, not Sam Shields. Joe Shields wouldn't be here, I think, without Clear Lake and the entire Brighton staff. But the thing is, I think I don't know. I'm very in between. I don't really at this point. Just let the guys play the soccer. That's all I care about. Oh, another thing. The stadiums. Are we gonna get a new stadium? No, not at Earl's Court. Not for 500 million. Earl's Court is not going to be where we're gonna be going. It's gonna be staying at Stamford Bridge. If something does happen, I think that they would probably use the plot of land that Stamford Bridge is on to renovate. And I think it's bad for the overall message. I think that people want to keep the club how it is and the history behind the club. And I honestly think that making it the way it is, or keeping it the way it is best for right now. I think that keeping Stamford Bridge where it is probably the best idea. And then if you're going to make a new stadium, make it somewhere else close by. Because I think that honestly may be the best course of action. I saw that Luton is making a new stadium. That's really good for their development as a soccer team. It actually looked pretty sick, the concept they put up. But back to Chelsea. We don't care about Luton. Um yeah, the whole Wesley Fofana thing as a short thing, I don't really care about it. Again, another thing that people are taking out of proportion. Wesley Fofana has pictures of himself wearing Chelsea jerseys as a kid. Like I get he's born. I think he was born in Marseille or he was born around the area of Marseille. It's his club too. People can have multiple clubs, but if you're a Frenchman and you're born in that area, playing for that team is probably your favorite thing. Playing for Chelsea is probably second for him. But as we get better and as he gets better and as the team, everything gets better, I think he'd prefer playing at Chelsea than going back to France and playing in that crap league. Um, yeah, but getting into this game a little bit, Bournemouth are a very solid team. Of course, last season we beat them on the final day of the season, but it was a game that we could have lost. And it might not even have given us Conference League soccer in the first place if we didn't win that game. Of course, Conor Gallagher saved that. But we won't talk about him anymore, I guess. But no, but this Bournemouth team, I mean, of course, they lost Dominic Solanke. They lost who else did they lose? Did they lose anybody else? I do not think so. Not that outside of my head. No one's ringing it up in my head. They brought in Dean Houston from Juve and Roma, I think it was. They brought in Kepa from us, and I think we learned that he has like a $5 million buy option or something at the end of his loan spell if it goes well. So if they want to buy him for $5 million, does well, then there you go. Um, but this is a team that we can't take quietly. I mean, Bournemouth have not lost this season so far. They had that crazy comeback against Everton, and they had a draw again. I don't know the other results, but I know that result against Everton was crazy. I mean, at the end of the day, they were the worst team in that game versus Everton. But the fact is, they had to come back and score those goals. Iraola is a great coach. I think He has a really bright future ahead of him. Um, Personally, I think that this game is not going to be easy. I think that this is a game that we could easily be scared for, and if we don't lock in and show who we are, then we're cooked. It's that simple. We're cooked. Chelsea could easily get ran off the pitch. Not in like, oh, 4-0. I can't see Bournemouth beating us 4-0. But I could see this. I could say the same thing about West Brom beating us all those years in a row. Callum Robinson dominated our asses. But the thing is, I can't see a world that Bournemouth beats us 4-0 or something. It's not gonna happen. We're not Arsenal of last season. That's not gonna happen. Um, I would say that this is a game we have to go into and we have to be ready. Of course, Iraola said, I think in his press conference that based off the ways that we've been playing this season, he can't decide based what tactical structure we're going to play based off all the many games we've tried and how many tactics Maresca's done so far. I mean, count the ones against City. You saw a different one against Wolves. Against Crystal Palace was a little bit different, especially at the end of that game when we had to take Malo Gusto out and put Caicedo in at right back. But it's a different tactics based off what Iraola said. So it's gonna be hard for him to judge. It's gonna be hard for his team to judge. But it's about which team wants it more. Let's get hopping straight to these lineups. This was the lineup I decided to pick for this game. This is the most obvious lineup I think that we might see for this upcoming game. In my personal opinion, I can't see a way that Josh Achiampong is the starting right back in this one. I see no way that Maresca gives a guy a start this quickly with based off of even all the injuries that's happened, even though Achiampong's a right back. I can't see a way that he throws a guy like him into the mud this quickly, especially this early in the season. I can't see it happening. So I think that he will be on the bench, I think, Josh, but I don't think he's going to get the start. I think Disasi is going to get the look. So we have Sanchez, Colwill, Fofana, Disasi, Cucurella, Caicedo, Neto, Palmer, Fernandez, Medvecchia, and Nicolas Jackson. I just love saying that. That video is so funny. No, but this is the lineup I think makes most sense for this. Of course, you're missing a few players out for this one. There's a chance that he could rest a few guys based off of who played how many minutes in the international break. There's a chance that I think Nani's going to start guaranteed. Palmer didn't play all international break. He obviously got sent back like the day after. So he didn't obviously come. So I think he starts guaranteed. There's a chance that Neto, who played, I think, both games in the international break, there's a chance that he may not play. How Felix could play there and Cuckoo could play there. But I think that this lineup is what we'll see. Sanchez in net. Of course, there's not even a debate at this point of who's going to be in net. I think that, like they said, Sanchez is going to be the guy in the Prem. And I think Philip Jorgensen picked up a knock on international break. So we'll see how bad that is. Levi Colville was amazing on the international break. Absolutely incredible. I thought he was, but I thought England was really good during the international break too. So, but Levi hops in. I think he honestly, guys, he should get that captain's ban. There's not even a question. I think at this point, dude, I don't want to see Enzo with that. I don't want to see Enzo with that. This guy's demonstrating nothing of a leader, dude. He just picked up like 12 points on his driver's license. Like this guy is not a good driver. How can he be a captain, man? So I think basically you should give Levi that chance. I also think it's a good way to give him that experience and he'll need it. I think being so young, I think could be great for him, especially since our current captain is nowhere to be seen. Wesley Fofana, I think that duo needs to keep playing. I think that they're going to get better and better together with more playing time. And Disasi at right back, of course, every time I think of Disasi at right back, I think about Leicester City last year. The own goal. I always think of him at right back for that. I always think about it like that. But again, I think he's serviceable, and I think in this system it'll work because it's three center backs. So I think it's fair. I think in this one we'll see more versatility, and we'll see Cucurella invert into the left of the side of the midfield. Because I can't see a way that he inverts the right side in this game because there's no right back. And if Disasi moves into the midfield, bro, I'm throwing a tantrum. That'd be insane unless he cooks. If Disasi cooks in the midfield, then we might have something on our hands. But no, I think it'll be Cucurella and Caicedo in the midfield. Of course, them both at the end of the season together was amazing. They both did outstanding, and that they're a big reason why that double pivot was one of the reasons why we succeeded so much at the end of the stretch last season. So I love to see it again in this one. Of course, Cucurella hasn't really done it so far this season. This would be, I think, his first time doing it, but I think this would be a really good opportunity to show Maresca, like, okay, maybe the left side should go in and the right side should stay back. Of course, it penalizes our right back's position with Reece James and Malo playing basically had to be playing that right side center back, but that's a discussion for a day that we'd have to think about that. Um, Getting further up, I think Fernandez and Caicedo have to start. I can't see a world that Kieran Dewsbury Hall starts over Enzo Fernandez. But I also think it's really hard for some of these guys who are just coming off international break, practice one day, and then immediately go to play a game like the following day after. Like that's a little ridiculous. But Enzo Fernandez starts next to Palmer. Of course, Fernandez isn't going to be as high as Palmer is. I think Fernandez, dude, in that game he played, in his last game he played, he was outstanding. In a natural five deep lying playmaker role, Enzo Fernandez is one of the best midfielders in the world. I'm saying it. I'm saying it. He's that good at distributing the ball. I don't care if he's playing against a South American team that's nowhere near as good as a quality of Argentina. It doesn't matter. His ball distribution is ridiculous. Pedro Neto, I have on the left hand side. I could definitely see a world that Sancho starts, but I don't think he'll be thrown into the waters this early. I think Neto will start, and I think that we will see Jadon Sancho come on for Neto at one point in this game. I think it will happen. I can also see a world that one of the midfielders comes off due to fitness. But I think that's how it's gonna be. I think Madueke will start on the right hand side. We won't even talk about Palmer. It's a guaranteed one of the guys who best play on our team. Madueke, I think, will start, even though he didn't get enough playing time in this international break. He came out with like 10 minutes left to get an assist. Congratulations to him. He's outstanding. He's really coming for Bukayo's spot there. But I can't see a world that anybody started else on the right hand side because Madueke's form is so good. But the only problem is, of course, Madueke will have a game where he scores the 3 goals, but then to come back, he'll come back and he'll do nothing. Of course, in the Palace game, he had a chance to score two. One of them he fluffed up himself, and the other one was a Dean Henderson wonder save. And then Nicholas Jackson, again, he deserves to start up top. He's got 2 goals in 3 games so far this Premier League season, plus the assist. He's got a goal and assist per game so far in the Prem. You got to let the guy keep cooking. There's nothing else to let it, nothing else to say. The guy needs playing time to keep progressing and keep finding the back of the net. When a striker is scoring, you don't let him cool down. You let him keep firing on all cylinders and let Jackson go. I mean, if he keeps missing big chances, that's when you look for your new striker, but he's not missing enough. Of course, the game against Palace, you like to say, but those challenges weren't the easiest. Of course, a top tier striker maybe finished as one of those 2 chances, but we don't know. Of course, there's no way to tell. But I think this is the lineup we will see. I think it's the most predictable lineup we will see. I think it's also the lineup I want to see, but I'm very happy with this lineup, and I think easily this team should go in and get a good result against this Bournemouth team. Let me know what you guys think. I think that the lineup I chose was pretty good. I think it's a pretty almost full strength lineup outside of the right back position. But I think based off of the system, we can get away with it because of Cucurella's ability to invert into the midfields. We'll have to see what the decision the manager takes, though, because again, he hasn't really wanted to invert the left back unless it's been in the Conference League. We saw with Renato Vega, he did that 2 games in a row. So we don't know. We don't know what he'll do. He's been very versatile though, unlike what we heard about him at Leicester. So we'll see if that stays with or if he stays with that and he keeps going with that. That's my personal opinion. That's my take. That's my lineup. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Comment down below, like and subscribe. Thank you very much. Peace.